What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard trading coach. I'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis, live discussion about live trades, technical analysis, fundamental news, as well as trading psychology. So as the first day of trading week and also the last week of the month is very important, as you know that the market is extremely volatile. And we'll be looking at now one by one all of them, starting with gold, and we'll be jumping onto euro dollar as euro news coming later today. Quite a few high impact news. Euro pairs getting very volatile and it might impact all the instrument. So let's first begin with gold. Now gold trade, last trade that we called in the last New York session live, you can see it is still on profit. Give a big thumbs up if you are still running that trade. If you are not, also give a big thumbs up. Sit tight, stick till the end to see what kind of trading opportunity we have. So I will be starting with, first of all, on the daily chart as in the beginning. Now daily price action that you have seen my yesterday's analysis and weekly forex forecast. For me, gold highly likely bearish. We could see that, as I mentioned, it's just an analysis and opinion, keeping everything is educational. Please do not take a big risk based on what I said. What I think that gold, as you can see, there's a gap opening, and initially we saw little pullback to the upside. Now as I mentioned that in our previous analysis, gold is highly, for me it's bearish. So as you can see, today the market opened with a gap here on the daily. Now with this gap opening, we have seen that gold started to drop. Now this kind of gap opening, for me, it's a bearish price action. And you see, this is the daily candle. This is a daily middleman, and this middleman has formed from a structure. And as the market opened with a gap, and you see that slowly the market is melting down, highly likely we could see in the first move coming back to the daily 20 EM, and there is a wickless candle on the daily here. So you see that couple of bounce, like the humps along the way, we might see that bounce from that zone. But what I think that before having a significant drop, I think that gold might go ahead and test the daily high, and that could be the zone that we can look for selling opportunity above this level if it goes up, or if we see that along the way lower time frame impressive bearish price action, we can look for selling on gold. Now I'm a seller on gold, so I will keep remaining. I will keep I will stay seller. As soon as we will find that entry, we will be jumping on that trade. Now looking at this time frame on the 4 hour, we saw there is a doji previous session, and the market opening also with a with this is the first candle of the of today's on 4 hour, the second one also coming down, and this current 4 hour candle is closing in 20 minutes. It's also showing potentially bearish price action. So going to the 15 minutes chart, we see that the market is maintaining this smooth trend line. Okay, this is the resistance line on the lower time frame. The market is maintaining, and any kind of drop towards the downside, we look for potential selling opportunity on gold. Now you can see that this is the previous resistance zone on the 15 minutes, and from that level we can see that gold slowly started to be bearish, and we will be looking for entry opportunity as soon as you will see that gold has broken the resistance zone, giving us an entry opportunity. we'll be looking for entry on gold. And also guys, let me know your idea and thought, which where you are at. Also let me know if you are still holding that gold trade that we have open on the New York session live, and what's your status on this. So this one is with gold, and for me gold, I'm bearish. I will be waiting for very good entry point. And also let me know what's your opinion on gold. Now this is the 1 hour candle, which is closing also in a couple of minutes. This 1 hour candle also, you can see after triggering quite a few candles high, it's forming this bearish candle. So along the way, any opportunity coming up, we will be also opening position on gold. If we find not only gold, any instrument giving us an opportunity, we will be opening position. As you can see later today, euro news coming, and also GBP. So both of these instruments we will be looking next, and I think that both of them might be getting very volatile very soon. Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you, Tony, for your compliment. That's really appreciated. Tony is 61. Thank you. Thanks for that. Ganesh, wonderful. Thank you very much. Lucas, good morning. Mariam, is it possible for gold to reach 1967 before drop? 1967, it is possible. Okay, it is very much possible, because if you look at the daily, today's daily high is 1963, and there is a probability for gold to break this high, gather liquidity, and then I don't know why this. So if we look at the high from the daily, you can see this is the long wick candle on the daily perspective on gold, and this support of this candle is here, okay, which is the 1965, around 1965 level. And it is possible for gold to go ahead and test this level and to drop. That will be a very good zone. But as you can see, the market is highly bearish, and this is what I do. I wait for the price to break this zone to gather liquidity, and this is where we will be waiting for an entry. I think that before dropping further, or before breaking the daily low, previous day's low, you could see that the price is going up, gathering liquidity, and then coming down again, and that will be a very good option for us to potentially look for bigger trade to the downside. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining live session. And Kylie, gold sell 1963. Okay, so your gold sell, gold is bearish. So for me bearish, anything can happen. So let me know your idea as well. Good morning. Thank you very much. Thank you, coach. You're the best. Mariam, thank you for that. Good morning, coach. I hope you are doing great. Thank you. Euro USD. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Okay, so in addition to that, let's look at some of the pairs. So Eurocad. Okay, so you'll look at all the Euro pairs. Now Eurocad, we have opened a position on Forex Trading Wizard Academy with 3-to-1 risk to reward. Now let me tell you, for those who are trading on the VIP, before I coming on live, maybe half an hour earlier, half an hour earlier, I have posted the trade, and also I'm running the same trade in this instrument on Eurocad. Now the reason, I have opened that Eurocad trade, and also I have posted the same trade. So let's look at, it's not all about, keep in mind guys, that one trade is about understanding the whole system, understanding how the market works, understanding a strategy. So let me explain the trade. Why did I choose to sell Eurocad as well? First of all, as you know, that there is a news coming up later today on euro, and that could lead euro be very volatile. This is the first thing. Secondly, you know, this is a very good, you can see the price has reached up to the 20 EMA and then slowly rejected from that 20 EMA. Now what is the so if you look at you know, this is the Eurocad, and if we turn on our indicator, we'll be turning on later. First of all, let's look at multi-time frame approach on Eurocad. Now this is the monthly price action on Eurocad. From the monthly, as the monthly close is coming very soon, Eurocad from the monthly, it is a, you know, a long-term bullish market. Okay, Eurocad, if we look at the now, if it is a long-term bull market, but what is the point here on the monthly? You can see that this is the monthly candle, and this price already reached this monthly resistance. The previous monthly candle is a very red, very strong rejection from the top, and this current monthly candle reached that monthly resistance zone. Now this is a very important level of resistance on the monthly, and from that zone we saw that Eurocad is rejecting. Now with that rejection, what I think that we could see some selling pressure on Eurocad. As we see, this is a movement on the monthly, we can expect now a deeper pullback. Now the weekly price action on Eurocad, this is where, you know, I have seen that market is potentially downside is because of the previous weekly close on Eurocad. Now this is the weekly close. You can see that candle has triggered that zone where there is a resistance on the weekly, and also you saw that there is a full body, and also there is a long wick at the bottom. Now this kind of candle, highly likely that we could see that, you know, a retest of this support. We could see the prices coming down, filling that long wick, or even coming back to this previous weekly low, and from that zone we might see that again Eurocad is bouncing off. So from the weekly, it is, for me, it's a very highly bearish price action on Eurocad. If we look at the daily, from the daily you can see that this is the daily. So if you look at, you know, a daily price action on Eurocad, last day of trading, there is a narrower, or I would say that a rejection from the support level on Eurocad. But we see that the market is in a falling state, and what I think that highly likely we could see the price is still bearish, and we could see the price coming down to this daily 20 EMA, or even dropping further to the downside. And our TP target is exactly at 20 EMA, which is almost 3 to 1 reward to risk on that. And I think Eurocad, highly likely we could see the price coming down, breaking all this low to create a new lower low. And this is where the entry time frame on the 4 hour. Now here, if we turn on, for those who has the TF indicator, you can turn on TF indicator on the 4 hour time frame, and this is where I decided to take the trade, because from analysis we see the directional bias is down on Eurocad, and from the price action for entry we see that it's satisfying the rules of our strategies. So there are two things here. One is the directional bias from multi-time frame analysis, and from trend perspective, which is we see that Eurocad is potentially bearish, and from the perspective of price action, where we see that Eurocad, giving us potentially selling opportunity. Now this candle is satisfying the rules of our strategies. Now if you are learning our strategies, TF strategy is where you see this sell signal, and this is what, now as I mentioned, that we have a bigger risk to reward. So if we are right, they should be down and we should be able to get the full profit on this one. Now this TF strategy or this indicator is our TF indicator, is also available for you. If you are our member, you can access it from your dashboard. You will find all the information from your dashboard. If you are not, I would recommend you to also join us to learn our strategies and also to trade with me. I do share all my trades with entry, stop loss, and also I do explain the strategy behind the trade so that you also can learn and grow as a trader. It's not all about copying a strategy, it's also being independent as a trader. This is the main goal. And if you are interested to join us, also I'll recommend you to join. There is a link in the description area. You can visit the website. Once you're on the website, click join now button, and then you will be able to access all the trading tools, everything that we have in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. And thank you. Let's move on to the next point. And also let me know, guys, how you are doing. How was your weekend? So in the Gbpusd, Usdjpy, at which session we might watch gold drop to mentioned level. Thank you very much. Yeah, so we'll be looking at that. Let's go back to the gold again. Now if we go back to the gold, we see that this is where the gold is. So what is the question? At which session we might watch gold drop to look, it depends on at what session, but what I think that gold initially we could see that bullish move to the upside, and then we can expect it to drop. But from the 4 hour we can see already gold started to create a bearish price action, and I think that, you know, we could potentially see that gold coming down to create a new lower low. So for me to enter gold trade, I just need to see it has broken enough resistance to gather liquidity, because, you know, we'll be remaining bearish until something dramatic happen. And because of that, I will be waiting for a very good level on gold to give me selling opportunity, especially if it breaks to the upside. That will give us a really good selling opportunity on gold. This is what I will be waiting. I think that we might see that upside movement, okay, a break to the upside especially will give us a very good opportunity to sell. Okay, we'll be waiting for that for an entry. We'll keep watching. Give a big thumbs up, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, and also make sure you stay connected by pressing the bell button, and join the free Telegram channel, link in the description area. You will be able to access all the free content that we are posting every day to stay connected with Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So gold, we will be waiting for entry on the lower time frame. Once you'll see that, still you can see the price is gathering here. There is a bearish candle, gathered liquidity, and then drop, and then we saw that again the price has gone up, but it's still creating series of lower high. Now, as you know that I more often discuss about the liquidity. This is what I wait for entry, is the liquidity. Now, if you're not sure about the liquidity, also let me know, we'll discuss more. Liquidity is the fuel of the market. If you understand liquidity, I would say that you almost understood 80% of the market movement, because the market moves from liquidity to liquidity. So let me know your thought on that. Thanks for your coach, Mariam. Thank you very much. Mark, thanks for that. I'll go I'm stuck with one operation with gold buy. So you stuck at 1978 buy. Okay. I sold 1960.50. Okay. Jefferson, favor cat CHF. You will be looking at that. So trading, let's look at, guys, as Euro news coming up. So let's look at the news calendar, which is very important. Now, this is Euro today 5:15 p.m. in my zone, which is only an hour later. Okay, and then 5:30 and then 6:30 p.m. So this, and also tonight USD news. So today is very volatile day. And on euro, so euro dollar, GBP USD and euro GBP, both of all these euro pairs getting very volatile. So quickly let's look at euro dollar. Okay, now euro dollar, I've seen my analysis yesterday. I'm bearish on euro dollar. Now let's look at today so far what happened with euro dollar. Now this is the euro dollar a daily price action. You can see that this is from this level on euro dollar, there has been a massive movement to the upside. Now this move on euro dollar, which is in fact a very strong bullish move. Now with that bullish move on euro dollar, we have seen that the price has come down for a drop. Now let's look at bigger picture further, because as this is the last week of the month and there is a monthly and daily close, we could potentially see that very important movement coming in the market. Now if we look at the monthly on euro dollar, you know, a bigger picture perspective, euro dollar is a long-term bullish market. This is the monthly support level on euro dollar. You can see that. And with this monthly support from this monthly channel, euro dollar has broken to the upside, okay, completely. And with that breakout, what we saw that euro dollar has gone up, okay, so far, created an overextended, and from that zone we saw that euro dollar is coming down again. Now if we look at bigger picture on euro dollar, I think that from the monthly we could see further downside now on euro dollar. The reason is, let me tell you something, is if you look at this kind of channel, okay, any kind of bullish or bearish channel, any deviation from this channel either to the upside or downside, the price come back to the support line. Let's say you saw that this is the channel, the price has deviated from this channel and has come back down. You will see that the market will come back down to this support level again before moving. Okay, so if you look at euro dollar, you can see that the market is just has been deviated from this channel to the upside and reached a very important liquidity zone on the monthly. And now with the monthly close, highly likely we'll see that euro dollar coming back to this support of this channel before moving up. So if we look at the weekly, past week there is a candle on euro dollar, a bearish candle on the weekly, and with this bearish candle, what you saw that euro dollar from this resistance line has formed this long bearish candle. Now so far we saw that this is a today's candle. Still there is a lot, you know, whole week remaining, but I think that we could see euro dollar coming down. And as a news coming later today, for me, I think euro dollar will come back to this previous resistance here, okay, which is turning support here. And with that previous resistance turn support, we could see further break to the downside, or from this level a rejection. Now if we look at the daily on euro dollar, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is the daily candle. Last day of trading week, there wasn't much volatility. On Friday there is a narrow doji, and I think that euro dollar, we could see break of this resistance from the daily, and if it managed to break the resistance, I think that euro dollar, we could see rejection to the downside again. And from 4 hour, this is where we see the price is evolving. You see the price now pushing high, and this is a resistance zone, the previous daily high. Above this there is a 4 hour 20 EM as well, and this is a very important swing zone. This is a, you can see in this whole movement there's one narrow red candle in this whole move. That's a liquidity zone, and from that liquidity zone, I think that euro dollar will break to the upside, will grab liquidity from this 20 EMA on euro dollar, and from that zone we can expect euro dollar to break, gather liquidity, and then to break to the downside. Okay, so this is where I will be waiting for potential trading opportunity on euro dollar, especially on the news. If we see that euro dollar has broken the high, gathered enough liquidity, then we can expect for going short on euro dollar. Okay, so we'll be waiting for an entry on euro dollar once we will get that. Thanks for that. Let's look at Eurocad. Yeah, good morning sir, we have a good weekend. Thank you very much, Bablu. Favor high coach USD CHF. Yeah, absolutely, we'll be looking at that. So okay, dollar Swiss franc, Eurocad, we saw CAD pairs. So let me look at dollars. So we saw that euro dollar, basically what we see that potentially, if we look at DXY to the upside, let me put it back. So if we look at DXY, we see that DXY from bigger picture perspective, from the daily, after back-to-back quite a few days of bullish move, I think DXY still we could see potential upside in the beginning, and then we might see the downside on DXY. So you can see gold is dropping to the downside. That's the sign of DXY to the upside. Let me look at gold. We see that some movement on the lower time frame. Okay, so from okay, so 4 hour candle close on DX on gold, which closed as a bearish candle, creating a lower high. From NASDAQ and US30, okay, so quickly look at Gbpusd. So what do you see that, guys? As you can see, euro dollar, once it is reaching that resistance level, liquidity zone, especially euro dollar and Gbpusd, both of this pair will be very, very volatile today with the news coming up. And if we look at euro dollar from lower time frame on the 4 hour perspective and daily, that this is a very high probability that euro dollar will break the daily high first, because if you look at this movement so far, we saw that the market already has made a movement to this level, and with that move last day of trading week, a daily doji. Now that daily doji is a deceleration of this move. So there is a movement already, and the seller may not find enough strength without gathering liquidity, and the liquidity is above this daily resistance level. And because there is a liquidity, we could see that euro dollar is going up, breaking this high and then coming down. So as you can see in this lower time frame on euro dollar, the price is forming series of lower high, and any break of this high will give us a very good selling opportunity on euro dollar. I'll be waiting for an entry, and this is the 4-hour on the euro dollar 20 EMA, and that zone is a very, very high liquidity area. Okay, so we'll be waiting on that on euro dollar. So if we look at some other instruments such as dollar Swiss franc, so in all of them we will see the same reflection. Now before I go to that point, let me see, guys. Hello Mohana, thank you very much. Jackson, hello coach, do you have a video on liquidity? Jackson, yeah, absolutely, quite a few content already on the YouTube channel, and also this weekend also I will be releasing some very important valuable content will help you in your trading every weekend, as well as weekdays. There are a lot of content is being posted to enrich you as a trader. So if you want to access all of them, give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So if we look at liquidity, that let me quickly explain the liquidity and then we'll be elaborating on other videos. So if you look at liquidity, what is in fact a liquidity? If we look at now, if you see this, let's say this is a resistance zone, right? Now how does in fact the market moves based on liquidity? When we see an important level of resistance, let's say this is a key level, right? Now if this is a key level of resistance, once we see that the market hit that level, let's say somehow the buyers managed to reach that level to this resistance zone, and the sellers sold, this market has gone up again. So multiple times when a level is being rejected, this is a level that is being respected, right? So once the price tested a level multiple times, the traders started to form a belief that okay, this level, every time the price is being rejected, so this level might be holding. So the traders started to sell from that level, keeping stop loss above this high somewhere here. This is the regular trading psychology, that when a level is being respected in the past, the same level will be respected in the future, right? So this is the regular way of looking at a market. Now the market will never do always we expect. This is the regular form of market. So what will happen at some point, you will see that the market is going up, okay, and break this high and then will return back. Okay, this is what happened over and over again in the market. So then this is where we see that liquidity grab. Why this happened? Intellectual curiosity is the key to be successful as a trader. Always asking question why, what this happened. You see that if you go to the school, the curious boy is always the one most intelligent. The curiosity is very, very important. Now if we ask this question, why this happened, after breaking this high, then the market moves in the direction that you expected. Sometimes you'll see that afterwards you'll see the market made in fact a bigger move, is because of the liquidity. Okay, now when you see that a level is violated and returned back, This is where there is a lot of name behind it: false breakout, manipulation, liquidity grab. Now the reason is there is always a transaction between buyers and sellers on the other side, right? And the market moves based on the volume coming in the market. Now when everyone is selling from here, let's say, every retail trader is selling, and then institutional trader also wants to sell. Now once everyone is selling, then this level become what you can say the very important zone, and this is stop loss that we see when a seller sell a market. Their stop loss is a buy order. And so how does it benefit is because a seller's stop loss is a buy order. And now see, imagine that you are in a marketplace and you want to buy an mobile phone, right? Now everyone is selling, everyone is a seller. You want to buy a mobile phone, but everyone is a seller, right? So where is the buyer? Because there has to be, let's say if 10 people wants to sell phone, then there has to be 10 buyer, or at least one buyer needs to buy the 10 phone, otherwise it will not have a balance, right? Now because every retail trader is selling, an institutional trader also wants to sell, where is the buyer? Let's mark this chart is the sell. We will denote sell zone as a seller. So this is a supply area, right? Now a supply area is where everyone wants to sell. Where is the buyer then? Let's say you told your broker that I'm gonna sell from here. Now on the other side someone needs to take that order, right? Now when the institutional sellers are selling, they have a huge volume to sell. You can compare 1,000 retail trader with one institutional trader, sometimes maybe a bank. So what that had, somehow the price reached that zone where there is a stop loss. Exact reason not known. Some say that it's a slippage, some say that it happens, some say that it's a manipulation. Whatever the reason, once the price reached that zone, this is where there is a lot of volume, a lot of buyers, because though you are a seller, your stop loss is a buy order. Okay, so you put a buy order here. You told your broker that if the price reached that zone, then I will be buying. So once the price reached there, you bought, and once you bought, the institutional sold the market and the market started to drop. And once the institutional sold that market, the market started to drop. And this is once you know that the only way you can trade like that institutional trader with their flow is when you become patient. And that's why patience is the key to be successful as a trader. Once all the liquidity is grabbed, the market gather liquidity, now you're ready to sell the market, and then you sell with the big boys, and that's how you can understand the liquidity. You can learn more about it over time. I know that it's in the beginning, it might take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, but I would recommend you to stick to the channel. Make sure you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. I'm sure that you understood it, and still if it is not, it can take a little bit of time. We will repeat these things many times. Okay, so yeah, that's the way you understand the liquidity and know that when to sell in the right time. Okay, we'll be looking at more on that, and in the meantime guys, give a big thumbs up. And also if you want to join a regulated broker, our recommended broker is EverTrade. They are regulated. There is a link in the description area, and also you can find a link in the live chat. I'm giving you a link on the EverTrade. You can click the link and then register for free. Start trading with a regulated broker. For those who already registered, I would recommend you to start trading with even a smaller account, and thank you for that. So let's look at on the next point on gold. Let's go back to the gold to see. As you can see, gold almost doing exactly in the same way as we expected in all our analyses. Let me see how it is doing. Okay, so you see that gold is moving. This is the lower time frame, moving in this local channel. So every session the price is creating series of lower high and lower low. If you look at the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes, see this is a smooth resistance line. Okay, so any kind of break to the upside will give us an entry opportunity. As just in an hour euro news coming, we could see that potentially strong drop in this market. Let's see. But I think that you can see this is the daily price action on gold, which is highly bearish for me. Okay, and we could see, I think that this is the daily 20 EMA, which is a very important area of value, because below this, weekless candle, and also around 50% of this long week candle on the daily is where the daily 20 EMA, and touch of this daily 20 EMA, I think we could see potentially very strong movement. And if today's candle touching the daily 20 EMA, it's a 1940 1950 zone, which is also a psychological level, round number, I think that from that zone we could see bounce up back again 1965 level. So initially you could see if it drops back to the daily 20 EMA, we could see it going back up again, and then maybe we could see later coming back down. So this is a very important buy area on gold, 1950, and we can expect it to sell. If it before coming here, if it goes up, then we'll be selling. Otherwise we'll see along the way how we can sell. And let me know, guys, what's your thought on gold. Also your opinion is important. Thank you very much, Mark. Hi coach, I have been testing your weekly forecast. Thank you for that. Let me say what a fantastic resource it is for swing trade. Thank you for all your work, Mark. Yeah, that's a very good approach, Mark. I would recommend that everyone become more curious like that. Yeah, weekly forex forecast, if you go back couple of my weekly forex forecast will give you, because the way it will help you to track, okay, from the weekly forex forecast to the real chart. I would recommend you to go back to the weekly forex forecast, all of them, and then track with the chart. Will give you a very good understanding of how the market moved, how the prediction was made, and in the real chart how it moved, and it will enrich you. Because what I would say that if you want to be a baker, for example, I know that there are many people want to do something to feel good and to make a living. If you want to be a baker, then you need a diploma or certificate 3. That will take you 6 months to 3 years, and then you need an apprenticeship. And then once you go to the workplace, for those who are working, that working is not easy. Okay, working for hour is not easy. It's not easy at all. And because I have had a long working experience when I was in a full-time job, no matter what kind of job you do, okay, either you are a doctor or an engineer, or doing any kind of corporate job, or even working in a restaurant, everywhere there is always stress involved in working. And that's the reality. Okay, stress is because working for hour will never make you more than paying the bill and paying for the food. This is ultimate truth. There is a very simple reason for it. Let's say how hard you work. If you work an hour $10, okay, increase your hard work, it will go to $12, and then do a little better work, it will go to $14, and that's the end, right? And then once you do that, now you want to increase by increasing your working hour. You work 8 hours, make it 10 hours, it will make you a little more, and then make it 12 hours, it will make you a little more, and that's the end, right? So but at the same time, working is important. No one can live without work, okay? I'm not recommending you to quit your job and then be free. What I'm discussing is that retiring early, okay? This is the main goal. Let me know how many of you have that goal to retiring early, okay? Or making it flexible, or maybe reducing the working, or not being fully dependent on the work by generating extra income, side hustle, or multiplying the savings. There are many ways one can make the life much easier, and I found that trading is really simple, because this is the only business that I found that you don't need anything. You need a strategy, you need proper education, and then a mobile phone or laptop, half an hour a day, that's it, right? You will not find this in anywhere, in any business, okay? So but the biggest struggle being a profitable is overcoming the emotion, okay? If you are trading for some time, not a complete beginner, you know what I'm saying very well. It's all about overcoming our own emotion, okay? Jesse Livermore said that a trader's biggest enemy himself. This is the truth, because emotion keeps us stuck in a zone where we cannot keep a trade running, or we cannot hold a trade, or taking a big risk. All of them comes down to emotion, and we all are human, we all have that emotion, but it's manageable, okay? If you have the right mindset, intention is the key. If you set an intention that I'm gonna be a profitable trader, with the right guidance, right mentorship, with the right environment, anyone can be a profitable trader, and it's a big freedom, okay? Once you know that how trading works, once you have a strategy, once you know everything takes time a little bit, okay? The first day, let's say if you jump from a high, if you fear of jumping from high altitude, let's say if you fear from jumping from 1 meter high, okay, maybe you can jump from 30 50 centimeter. Once, twice, you become familiar with it, and next time you can jump from 1 meter. You fear, but if you keep doing it, your brain will adjust to it. This is how our brain is designed. Our brain is all about experience. If you give experience to your brain over and over again, it will adjust with that experience, and will not create that emotion that happened in the past. And this is the thing, that not quitting, okay? The key points here is not quitting, and then moving forward with the goal that you set for yourself. And I'm sure that everyone has that ability, because at the end of the day, if you go to the statistics, you'll see that the trader who are stick to 3 years or more, they tend to become a profitable trader. And the best thing on trading, you don't need capital, you don't need anything else. You just need to learn to trade either in a demo account, okay? If you can trade in a demo account, you can generate a huge income that will give you big freedom. So just make sure that you not quitting, sticking to the game, and I'm sure that you're gonna make it. So I wanna retire in September, coach, and do my trading every day, and I will count on your strategy. I got 2.5 million savings. I'll join your mentorship and start making money. My own lucky Joma. Yeah, absolutely. You can do it, and very good approach. But the only thing that I would request you guys, see, keep the goal of to retire early, but do not make very early decision. All right, keep your job. That's what I believe, that keeping a job will give you a security of of your trading as well, and then create, that's how I saw that the best way create that income from trading is more than your job. And then you see that, okay, this job is not worth anymore. So there are two ways we can do something. See, you can, let's say there's a person, okay, and you want to someone that you think that you can compete with, and then you can do two ways to compete with that man. Is if this man, let's say, dropping his or her performance, without doing you are going up. Or you can do another way, is becoming better than him or her always, and then you automatically go, your performance is going up in job or anywhere. So instead of, let's say, dropping the job, what I would recommend, that keep the job and make your trading income is more than your job, and the job will become valueless automatically. That's how the best way. So this is what I would recommend, that keep your job and then make effort for trading, and then the income in trading could be more than your job. Then the job will become meaningless, and then you can quit it. That's how the best way. Thank you for that. Tell us more stories about. Thank you very much, Faber. Yeah, absolutely. Trading psychology is a big part of trading, and every trader do really cares, and I would recommend that you also keep focusing on trading psychology. Okay, thank you very much. Exactly, all the trade. Awesome, thank you. And also, guys, if you are want to join a regulated broker, you can join Trade. The link given in the live chat for Trade. Click the link and then register for free. Start trading with a regulated broker. Always recommended. Link given in the live chat, and also link in the description area. Gold is expected to move sideways until the federal bank's decision. This could be the most volatile week during the second half of. Very good topic, very good information. Expected to move sideways until the federal bank's decision. Yes, it depends on. There are many ways we can define something. For example, if you look at the sideways, what time frame is very important. Okay, a market might be moving in a sideways on the monthly, might be trending on the lower time frame. So Mohanat, let us also know what time frame you think that gold might be moving in sideways. Okay, so let's see on that. On gold, you can see again now, after breaking this, gold is pushing high. So this movement to the upside is expected on gold. See this trend on the 1 hour, you can see gold trend on the 1 hour creating series of lower high and lower low. Okay, so with that creating series of lower high and lower low, what we see that gold, this trend on the 1 hour is basically exhausted. Okay, we might see that movement to the upside on the lower time frame. So that will lead us on the 4 hour nearly to the 20 EMA. Okay, if it is reaching there with the news coming up, will give us a very good entry on gold to the downside. Okay, on gold I will be waiting for this is the 4 hour 20 EMA zone, which is the 1965. If it breaks to the upside, we'll be looking to sell, even if it is not breaking. If we see the price is respecting this resistance line, we look for selling. Okay, I will be seller on gold until we see a very dramatic change in the market. All right, thank you very much for that. CAD CHF, Lucky Zuma, thank you. I'll do, thank you very much. Favor Euro CHF, Lisa, good morning. Knowledge News Coach, can tell what is the probability of Euro USD going down after the news? Okay, so very good question. Let me look at that. Euro dollar, for me, I would say that after the look, if during the news, if we see that Euro USD has broken this resistance, the best way to understand is based on the current time price action. Okay, this is how the trading works. If you look at this resistance line here, if we see that in what situation I'm gonna sell, for example, euro dollar has gone up during the news and then tested this 20 EMA and then has come back down. So that's the way the price gathered liquidity from this resistance, and then we can look for selling opportunity. Okay, now it will really depend on the price action confirmation, but very highly likely after the news, if we see that euro getting weaker after testing this level, there is a very high probability that euro will drop, especially if we see that euro has broken the daily high and then given has gathered strong liquidity, and then we can look for selling on euro dollar. So it will really depend on the price action confirmation. We need to see how the price action is doing. Now this is on euro dollar, this is a very important zone here. Okay, this is a liquidity zone. Very highly likely that euro dollar could come back down to the daily 20 EMA, which is an important area, and from that zone we can expect a bounce or a continuation to the downside. All right, so for me, I think that euro dollar, we could see this is in a very narrow range. But if you look at this zone here, you see there is a head and shoulder, right? So what is the point of looking out on here is that because there is a head and shoulder, okay, and with that head and shoulder, euro dollar, in fact, it's a reversal pattern. So because there was a long consolidation, very high probability that euro dollar, after testing this level, we could see that the market is dropping down, and to do that we need to see strong liquidity grab or a long wick candle will give us entry opportunity. And any trade coming along the way, definitely even in this live session or later, I'll be also sharing with VIPs all the trade that I open. I also share with members, and also you can copy that, you can look at that if you want to. If you are our member, you can do that. I would recommend you to join us if you haven't done yet. There is a link in the description area, and also you can see the link at the top of the chat, website address above this top of this chat that you are chatting. You can click the link and then visit the website, click join now button, then you will be able to access everything, all the trades that I am opening, all the tools that I am using, and also you will be part of a trading community. All the if you are our lifetime member, you will be here forever. I would say that this is a best decision you'll ever take, because connecting with a trading community to be a trader is very, very important. Thank you for that. So let's look at favor CAD CHF. I will be looking at that. Again, morning coach, thanks for daily analysis. Thanks again, Ibrahim, for your appreciation. Yeah, absolutely, this is my passion. I do it and I will keep doing it. Please advise for Eurocad, sir. Everyone, yeah, we'll be looking at that. So let's look at CAD pairs, CAD CHF, and then we will be looking at other CAD pairs as well. So looking at CAD CHF, looking at the daily. Now this is the daily price action on CAD CHF. So this is the weekly candle on CAD CHF. Price open with a gap. There is a long week candle. I think that we might see initial bullish move on CAD CHF. As you can see, monthly is a long-term downtrending market, but the price has come to monthly support where this is this level. I think it's an all-time low on CAD CHF here. So because the price on that zone, we could see that CAD CHF bouncing off that level. I think we could see that bounce potentially from the weekly doji. So we could see that CAD CHF going up for a retest, because back to back quite a few weeks drop, a doji on the weekly on a support level can give further bullish move on CAD CHF. If we look at the daily, we can see that last day of trading week, a bearish candle. So this is from the daily, a bearish price action and then a pullback. I think we could see a bit more upside on CAD CHF. Could see that the price is trying to break this high. So there is a probability for locally upside on CAD CHF. Now from the lower time frame, you see there is a very strong liquidity gap, and this is a locally, see there was an inverted head and shoulder breakout, has come back down to this level, this previous resistance, turn support, and we see slowly trying to be bullish. I think we could see some locally upside on CAD CHF because the price, if you look at this zone, is all-time low, and this is a support and created a higher low. So because the price failed to create a lower low, we could see a bit more upside on CAD CHF, and highly likely that we could see the market is heading to the upside on CAD CHF. So there's a very high probability that CAD CHF may okay guys. So with that said, we have seen that CAD CHF, there was a little bit of technical issue. So CAD CHF, you can see, I think we might see that the market is going up further with a local bullish move, and it might go back to this resistance somewhere where there is a high liquidity zone. Especially we could see that CAD CHF breaking this swing high, and then we can expect it to drop back down. So let's see how it goes. So we'll be looking at that on CAD CHF. And in the meantime, let's quickly look at gold again. Okay, what gold is doing. As we see that an hour 1 hour candle is closing with a pin bar. The price already, you know, this lower time frame price action again on gold on the resistance zone. You see, every time the price is forming this long wick candle, it's dropping down. Any break of this resistance with the news will give us an entry on gold. You see, it's still maintaining bearish price action on gold. The previous 1 hour, there is a 1 hour candle that is liquidity candle, cross quite a few candles high. This hour, we saw after dropping again is in the resistance zone. So any entry coming along, we will be looking to enter, but it's still you see, still maintaining this smooth level. I really want to see that gold has gone up, gather liquidity, and then we can look for entry. Right, liquidity is very, very important to find a better trade. USD CHF Eurusd, thank you very much. Okay guys, so gold is still not fully ready. Let's keep eye on some other instrument. Okay, dollar yen. Dollar yen, if we look at the monthly, as this is the last week of the month, dollar yen is a long-term bullish market. Okay, now with this month, we have seen that dollar yen has crossed this monthly low, and then after triggering enough liquidity from this smart money area, so smart money area is where the smart money bought. From that zone, we saw that dollar yen had a bounce. Now with this bounce, what we saw that the market has gone up, and I think that now highly likely we could see dollar yen is going up to the resistance zone, very highly likely to happen. If we look at weekly price action, this is the weekly candle on dollar yen, which is a bullish candle. And because the price triggered that liquidity, you can see this is a swing low on dollar yen on the weekly, and which is a very high liquidity zone. And from that zone, we saw this bullish move on dollar yen. And because it gathered this liquidity, we could see that dollar yen is moving to the upside, and I think that we could see finally dollar yen reaching the resistance or even breaking all this high. Bigger picture perspective, if you look at the daily, this is the daily back-to-back 2 daily dojis here and created this move. This is so far, which is very healthy in a trending market, to come down for a deeper pullback, and then we can expect to give us another entry on dollar yen. Now this is the zone that I will be looking at for an entry opportunity. Now if you look at our TF strategy, we need to see that according to our TF strategy, we need to see dollar yen is coming here and giving us the price action that we are looking at. So this is where I will be waiting on dollar yen. If it only satisfy our TF strategy, coming down, testing this level, giving us the price action that we are looking at, then I will be look for buying opportunity dollar yen from this zone with a high risk to reward ratio. So this one is with dollar yen. We'll be looking to enter buy once. You will see, I think that there is a very high probability to happen it in the big, you see this structure is very fragile. We could see a drop and retest and then continuation to the upside. Okay, so we'll see how it does. Also let me know in the chat which one you're looking at. PR, thank you for your video about the smart money and SMT and LU2. Thank you very much. Grutter, yeah, absolutely, there is always there's a lot of things also I can share with you. As you can see, there's a lot of content that also I haven't shared with, it takes a lot of time to share. Stick to the channel. You'll know everything that I know. Okay, I share everything because to be a profitable trader, the only thing that one must care is about smart money trading. All right, because ultimately the market is moved by smart money. As a retail trader, we cannot move the market, but we can provide liquidity. But if you know how the smart money is trading, and then you can go along with them with the flow, then you can catch the big trades and trade like a smart money. So it is important that always everyone has the clear understanding of how the smart money works. Smart money doesn't buy or sell like we do. They find a specific zone where they trade based on liquidity. Liquidity means where there is a more buyers and sellers in the market. Now, see, if you always, imagination is the key. Even this is a chart where we see that candlestick pattern, bunch of indicators, but we can imagine it as a marketplace where there is a lot of buyers and sellers, right? It's a business. Forex, crypto, everything is a business. So a business run based on the buyers and sellers. Now imagine that when it is a business, let's say a bank want to place an order in the market, they need on the other side to take those orders. This is the core principle of this market, right? This is the smart money trading. Now when a bank is buying or selling, they need, let's say, one bank need 1,000, as an example, retail trader to take this order, right? Now it is very difficult for the bank to find 1,000 retail trader to take their order. So then how does this do? Very simple. As there is a popular method on the market that we see the buyers and sellers believe, when it defies, that is where the banks find liquidity. That's why they said that the normal doesn't make money in trading. So it's kind of thinking out of the box. So when everyone is selling from a zone, we need to wait patiently to find that zone where there is a liquidity. And that's why when you see the market gathers liquidity from an important zone and close back, triggered all the liquidity, this is where the entry point, and the price action will tell you. This is why the price action is so important, because the price action is the key that will tell you when the market gathers liquidity. If you look at this chart, you will understand where the market gathers liquidity, and that's why we use this. You see this cell starting from here, there is a consolidation here. Okay, it's not strategy, it's not satisfying here. This is the perfect satisfaction of the strategy, because this is where we have a rules in our strategy. Then if you watched your TF or trend following strategy, we know that exactly in what situation you will be applying the rules, and the indicator will tell you which one is according to the rules. And this is why it's very easy to have a strategy, a tool that will help you to understand when the market is taking its flight and riding the trend for bigger move. And trading with the trend is the key, because no one I don't see any trader can be profitable without trading with the trend. Must be trading with the trend, and trend is the key to be profitable as a trader. Coach, how do you spot see where a smart money area? Malik, yeah, very good question. This is what we are discussing. I'll be discussing more. Fold going, gold going, touch and bearish. Okay, Usdjpy is a gold. Okay, we'll be looking at that, and then I'll come back to that point, how to know where the smart money spot, where the smart money area. Okay, very good. We'll be discussing that. So looking at gold 1 hour chart. Okay, this candle is closing as a double doji on gold. After this one closing as a doji, if this one closing like that as a doji, we might see that the next candle again hitting that resistance and then coming back. So still gold remaining bearish, but we still need the price to gather liquidity from the top. If you look at the daily on gold, see, this is the daily high 1963 level. If the price managed to break the high, we'll look for selling. Okay, so let's go to that point of Malik's question is how do you see where the smart money area. Now see, smart money area that one can understand from the liquidity zone. For example, when you see, let me give you an example here, then you understand where. See this candle here. Until that, as a retail trader, we don't know where is the liquidity, right? But once the candle form, you know that with. See, if I give you an example with an analogy, imagine that you are in a deep blue sea, right? And you are in a deep blue sea, deep inside the sea, and you don't know where specific creature is found. Let's say there are millions of creatures on the deep blue sea, and imagine that there are kind of creature is like a virus like this, and a whale on the water. Let's say this whale, I don't know, I'm drawing like a cat. Let's say a whale is there. The whale eat that creature. Now you can't see this creator, but you can see the whale. So what is the way that you understand where this creature is? Now you know that whale normally eats only those creatures. Now if you don't know where this creature is, but you know that where is the whale, so follow the whale and then you will find those also. So let's say suddenly you saw the 10 whale is moving in a zone, gathering in one area. Then you know that, okay, so there must be this creature because this is the food of whale. So you don't know this, but you know the whale. In the similar way, you don't know where is the liquidity in the chart, but when there is a liquidity triggered, then you know that, okay, why did there is a whale in that deep blue sea in that zone, is because there must be food for the whale. That's how best way to understand. Now see, this is the 1 hour chart on gold, and see this candle on gold. Now this is where the whale has eaten enough what it needs, and you know that now this is where the liquidity is triggered. Why did this candle is form? It has crossed all these candles low, all right, including this doji, and then gone up. So there was a liquidity, but before forming this candle, you don't know that there was liquidity here. Try to understand. before forming this candle, you don't know that there was a liquidity. So you don't know that there is a food for whale. But once the whale has eaten the food and then created this bullish candle, then you know that there is a liquidity triggered, and now the price is ready for move, and then you can go long and you see that what happened afterwards. So this is how best way to understand from the price action perspective to know where the market is gathering liquidity, and then going with the flow, wait for the price to do that before entering the trade. That's the best way. So hope that you understood it, guys. Thank you very much. So let's look at gold. We see that gold now moving up as expected for gathering liquidity. Yeah, this is what's happening. Is, as I mentioned, that until I see the market has gone up, gathered enough liquidity, I'll remain observant, and as soon as we'll see that the market has done that, we can look for entry opportunity for that movement. Okay, so with that said, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this live session, as there is another one coming up later today. I'll keep watching, as just 20 minutes later there's a news coming up. I'll still keep trading. Any trade coming along the way, definitely I'll be sharing with you, for those who are on the VIP as well. And if you can join us to access all those that I'm sharing, there's a link in the description, and there's a link at the top of the chat. And at the same time, if you want to join a regulated broker, our recommended broker is Gbpusd, link in the description area. And also I can share a link in the live chat. I would recommend you to join with a regulated broker and then start trading with a regulated broker. So with that said, thank you, and I'll see you soon in the next live. Until that, stay well, stay happy. We'll see you very soon. Thank you.